All right, y'all. All right. And welcome to Grown Folks Talking Live Unfiltered. And I am Sir, or I'm sorry, Big Brother Boss. Man, I'm
He
just
forgot.
tripping out today. And with me, as always, is I got the Diva and Big Trav. How y'all doing tonight?
Bless, brother, bless.
Yep.
Right
Really
on. Now,
excited.
let's jump right into it, y'all, because we got a real good show for you tonight. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Big Trav, what you drinking? What you thinking tonight?
Man, I am drinking some vitamin water. Dragon fruit, 0,
Mm-hmm.
of course. Maintain my girlish figure. I what I'm thinking about, man, I am thinking about Thanksgiving, brother. I'm thinking about I'm gonna do a bacon wrapped turkey, man, with Creole seasoning and Creole garlic butter, man. I'm ready for
You
Thanksgiving right
showing
now.
out.
We're doing some mac and cheese with some jalapeno and bacon. We're doing some candy yams with a caramel sauce this year. Boy, we showing out.
Oh
Yeah, for
man.
real. The Ghetto Gourmet is at it again.
Oh, I feel you. I feel you. All right. And Diva over there, what you drinking? What you thinking?
I am drinking in moderation tonight. So I got this little cute ditty.
Now, how is that? How is that soju I sent you home with the other week with? How is that soju?
I still got it. And I tried to get my friend to drink some with me, but he declined. So still got it.
Mm-hmm. What you thinking about tonight?
I'm thinking about this guest we got lined up tonight. What else? Shoot.
Oh yes.
So excited.
Uh-huh. And hey, everybody in the chat room. We got Casey, we got Tony, we got Bunny. Thank y'all for joining us. Go ahead and share this out. I am Big Brother Boss. I'm drinking my normal water today.
He said, "What's that shot?"
Thinking about Thanksgiving always, because I'll get invited to friends. I'm happy. All I got to do is make mac and cheese.
Okay.
So
Mac and cheese,
and
baby.
tonight's stick is the Romeo and Julieta Reserva Real.
Oh wow!
Wow.
All right.
Romeo and Juliet.
I got this
Okay,
one.
bro.
I got this one for Christmas last year. It's been sitting in a tube since last year, so I decided to light it up tonight because y'all, we have one of the friends of our show on tonight. Trav, you're fading out, man. Your picture's not there, but hey, we got one of our favorite folks on. Back when we used to do this without looking at each other,
Right?
this guest used to come on all the time.
Yes.
All the time. And
Yes.
he's always on point, always on time. We love this guy. He got so many titles. He's a motivational speaker. He's a life coach. He's a psychic medium. He is an opinionated brother. And welcome, y'all. We want to welcome Leo Brown.
My man Leo.
Yeah.
I'm dressed down tonight. I'm giving you, like I said, I'm giving you, I've been in prison, but I converted.
Okay.
So you'll
That's
be
good
getting the sweet
stuff.
potato,
Oh,
right? You'll be getting the
man.
sweet potato bean pie, from
Mm.
Hey,
and some
I
liver.
like bean pie. I had a couple of them last week. I love it. I love it.
Bean pies are actually really good. I've had them before. They're actually delicious.
They
How
are
you
delicious,
guys?
man. Hey,
And welcome back.
sweet
I'm
potato
great.
pie,
I'm fantastic.
pumpkin pie. I love pie, period. Pumpkin pie.
I like pie too.
I bet y'all do. Okay, that's enough. All right.
All right, and you know what, y'all? And it's been a while, Leo, man. So tell us what you've been doing.
Well, right now I currently live in Houston, Texas.
Hey.
Yeah, and I've been living here for 2 years now.
Oh wow.
And thank you. And I've been doing quite well. I've had some ups and downs, but I've been surviving. I've been thriving. I'm working on my next book.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually going through the the mainstream publishing world. So I'm actually trying to get my book out there in the traditional sense, because the first time I did my book, the first book I did, I self-published.
Mhm.
And I think if you have the means and the resources to do so, go for it. But for me, it didn't work for me. At least to me, it didn't. But, right now I'm in the process of doing that. I'm in the process of relaunching my website. And I'm also going to be moving yet
Okay.
again. I'm moving again next year. I'm moving to Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I am a Southern Belle, after all.
You going deeper in the South, bruh.
Yes. Well, I'm originally from the South, so it fits me. And I've
Okay.
been to Atlanta. I have family in Georgia, in Marietta. So,
Got you.
yeah, so it's home for me. And don't get me wrong, I love Houston. Houston's great. It's a great place to get
Houston
back.
too.
It's a great place for business.
Oh
I was
yeah,
just saying,
food, bruh. Food.
Yeah, food
I'm a
is delicious.
foodie. When you mentioned
Mhm.
Georgia, I was like, ooh, all the food places I could go down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the food is awesome. So I'm not gonna lie, like H-Town has it locked when it comes to food.
Yeah. I got
But yeah, but luckily just living life on my own terms, and really learning and loving who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Every aspect of me. So it's been.
That's good, because you keep it 100, Leo. That's what I love about you, brother.
Thank you.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. And I got stories about Houston. I just won't mention them tonight.
Listen, and Houston, let me also say this: it's a great place to be a thought, honey. Because on one hand, you got all these churches, and on the other hand, you got all these swing clubs and strip clubs. And,
Yes, I know. I
I've
was
been
there after
doing a lot of
Katrina.
that too. I've been doing a lot of that too. I've been, laying it low and spreading out too wide, but just enough.
I feel you. Now we go jump right into this, Leo, because I don't know. It's 2020, and when did the universe tell you about 2020, and were you ready for it?
Well, believe it or not, when 2020 first came, I was actually excited. I was like, I think it's gonna be a great year, and then everything just went click, 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 and I was like, okay, this is a year where we really gotta buckle down and wake up and grow up, and come together as a community. And I think if people really aren't aware, I think that's what 2020 really is teaching us. That no matter who we are, no matter what, no matter which way we vote, which way we believe in, you have to come together. You have to, unify. And it's like, okay, if you don't do it, we'll do it for you. And if you look at what's going on with Corona and all that kind of stuff, that's what it's teaching us. And no matter what, we have to come together.
Yeah.
Because this affects everybody. It's not just Black people, white people, it's everyone. So
agreed.
Yes. And we were, and while we were in quarantine, we were talking, and Diva hit me up and she was like, hey, we got to do something. This is ripe for the taking. And I was going through some stuff, trying to get through quarantine. I was sick a couple of times, but then we finally got it together and we came out. And when we did the first show, I seen you pop up. I was like, man, we got to get Leo on.
I just was happy to see y'all, because I was like, oh my gosh, there's still, because I remember the days of Blog Talk Radio. So I was like, I'm so happy just to see you guys doing so well. And by the way, Diva, you look fantastic. I follow you on Instagram.
Okay.
Come on now, watch out there now.
You look great. You do. You look so renewed.
Yes.
Because I remember when I first met you and how you were at a really, I don't want to say a low point, but I think now.
No point.
Okay, but I think now you really are like in a really happy place. And I'm so happy for you. So happy for you. You have no clue. You look great.
I love you.
You just glow. And I'm so happy.
Now,
yes.
Now, Leo, brother, I hear the psychic medium term, and I watch a lot of them ghosts, the travel channel about ghosts and them demons and stuff, man. And I'm like, okay, are you that kind of medium where you talk to ghosts and see dead people?
No, hell no.
Okay.
No, I don't. Number one, I don't play with the spirit world like that. In my opinion,
good.
I think that people who can do that I
Yeah.
say, more power to you. But me myself, no, I don't play with that. That's
No.
not my lane.
Uh-huh.
And my lane is love and relationships. My lane is life coaching. My lane is I'm gonna fix your life or try to fix your life, help you do the work. That's my lane, and I know my lane. And even though I've been offered to do things like that, I've had people come to me and ask me, do I do things like that? No, I do not. I always decline it because you have to, as Too Short would say, get in where you fit in, and I don't fit in with that. That ain't me.
Yeah,
No.
I
I'm a
get
scared
that.
cat. I see something moving funny and I run. I'm like, yeah, we good.
Oh yeah.
No, ma'am.
So you're not like the Long Island woman walking around in wigs and in drag talking about, do you know somebody named John?
You know what? But now, let me say this. I'm going to give it to Miss Teresa Caputo with her hair, though. That wig, that unit is everything.
I
But,
love that wig. I
yes,
wouldn't wear it in the
but,
heart.
but I will say this. When I first actually started to experience my mediumship abilities and embrace them, I used to do that. When she would, how like she walks with people in the grocery store? I would do it. And I'm like, oh, I see why she does it. Because you can't help it. And I remember once I was in a costume shop. I was getting ready for a Halloween party. And I was in a costume shop and I was trying on costumes. And the attendant that was helping me, it just kept nagging at me. And I was like, okay, I know you don't know me, but what happened to you? Who died? And she just burst into tears and she was like, my sister passed away. And I was like, was it a car? And I remember what I told her. And I said, it was this, it was that. And she just started crying. And she was like, something I actually didn't even want to come into work. But you confirmed everything I needed. I needed to hear this today. And I was like, okay, maybe that's why I'm being told to tell you this. So, yeah, I've had that happen. Mm-hmm.
All right, that's cool because I like watching her, but at least you're not like that guy back in the 2000s, the guy who had the people who was like with his finger, and that was like, man,
oh,
come on,
John Edward. and you know what? No disrespect to John Edward. I think what John Edward has done in terms of business is fantastic. I applaud him very much. I'm just not looking to be one of those. I'm not Teresa. I'm not John. I'm not Tyler. I'm Leo Brown. And I'm not saying it to be arrogant. I'm just saying it because I think, especially now, what people really want, regardless of what you do, whether it be life coaching, whether it be psychic work, whatever it is, people want transparency. People want someone that they can come to and they know they're going to tell them the truth and they're approachable.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you can talk to me about anything and I'm not going to judge you for it because chances are I've done it too, or I'm going to do it someday. So, I have issues too. So I'm not gonna be like, well, I'm up here and you're down here. No, that's not the way this works.
Oh, wow.
I have problems like everybody else. So I'm never going to toot my nose up or look down on somebody. That's not fair.
Yeah.
And that's not why I do what I do.
That's great. Now we have some questions for you. I know
You
Diva
can
has
anything you want. Nothing's off limits.
You know what? Look, like, don't start messing with me and my questions because I'm not gonna. Don't worry about it. Y'all go. I got my list.
I wanted to talk about the human issue of racial equality here in the U.S.
In
and
the world.
The world. But we had the pandemic. And sometimes, we thinking everybody's dealing with the pandemic, and here come racism, right? Just sliding right on in. It's like y'all got enough time.
Like in the sliding your DM.
Yes, just going down. All in the
DM. Our first one.
But with all that going on, I don't know if you felt it, but to me, I felt this time it was kind of different because this time everybody saw it. And it wasn't the fact that we didn't have to see context. We saw what happened in the George Floyd thing. We saw, or we now know what happened with Breonna Taylor and the countless others this year. We saw this happening as it unfolded. What was the energy you got from this year in terms of racial equality?
That's a great question. Actually, change is coming,
Yeah.
and that we've always
Good.
this has always been an issue. This
Mhm.
has always been a problem. I mean, ever since we got over here, and even before our descendants came over here, even when it was Native American and the
Yep.
Tiana people.
Yep.
No, this has always been an issue. But I think now, because of the fact that we have things like social media, we have Facebook and Instagram and Twitter or Instabook, as some folks call it,
Yeah.
and nothing. And we have cameras, phones with cameras. Nothing really escapes us. So I think, in a sense, it's almost like, and this is where I often think, and this may sound funny, but I actually thank Donald Trump, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Donald Trump basically put a spotlight on underlying issues that
Mhm.
have always been going on. So when I
Mm.
saw this happening, I said, "Oh, okay, this is good. We're
Mhm.
finally getting to the root. We're now digging up the roots of this, and we're doing the cleanup." And that's why you saw all the Confederate things come down, and because people are realizing, like, wait a minute, this isn't fair. Not and
Mhm.
it's not right. And even to descendants, our descendants, like somebody pointed out, how would you like it if you went to a school every day that was named after a man that used to enslave your ancestors, or a
Mhm.
college? How would you deal with that? You
Yeah.
wouldn't. That's PTSD. You're reliving that. And studies have shown that what we have gone through as African Americans or Americans of African descent, because I know we got new terms now,
Yeah.
but that's on our cellular memory. That's in our DNA. It's the
Mhm.
same way with Jewish people who were in the Holocaust. Same
Mhm.
thing. Even if you weren't there, that's still in your DNA, what your ancestors went through.
Mhm.
So I think that when all this happened, to answer your question, for me, it was like we're finally cleaning the house. And we also see that cleaning house isn't easy because
Mhm.
you have one group where they're like, you know what, let's move forward, let's progress. And you have another group that's going like, but we didn't do this. What's the problem? So we have to find a common uh,
Mhm.
denominator. We have to find a middle. And that's
Mhm.
hard. And that is where the true work begins, I think.
Mhm. And what I mean, I know we're all coming together. What do you think we as individuals, because we have to think globally but act locally.
Mhm.
What do you think we as individuals need to start doing?
Vote.
Mhm.
Vote. Be an asset, not a hindrance in your
Mhm.
community.
Okay.
Call things out that you know are disrespectful, are unequal, not just to you, but
Mhm.
to women, to the GLBT community, to people who are disabled, to people who,
Amen. Amen. Come on. Come on.
yeah, to people who might be a little overweight, because there is such thing as fat phobia, and I'm gonna be real, I've been
Yes,
guilty of
it is.
it
You ain't
myself.
lying. You ain't
I'm just saying,
Mhm.
you know, uh, call it out. Be an
Mhm.
asset in somebody's life and not a hindrance.
Okay. All right.
And that's all you can do. And just try
Mhm.
to be the best person you can be from an
like that.
individual standpoint. And know that no, you're not perfect. You will get it wrong. You will hurt people and people will hurt you. But just know that when you lay down your head at night, you do the best that you know how to do with what you have. And more importantly, read. Check
Mhm.
up on your sources. Read.
Yes.
Don't read just local news. Read the BBC.
Yes.
Read Canadian news. Go
Yes.
outside your backyard.
Mhm.
Don't be reading all these, and I'm just gonna say it, don't be reading all these conspiracy theories. I see y'all out here.
Mhm.
My dear Illuminati, we're not doing that tonight. Guess what? It's 7:22. We're not doing that tonight. I
Mhm.
don't want to hear it. Even though I
Yes.
know I look like I'm dressed like I believe in it. I don't believe in the Illuminati, but I'm just saying,
Mhm.
you know, check your sources, and more importantly, talk to people, get conversation going,
Yeah.
get
Mm.
involved politically if you can.
Mhm.
Even if it is you volunteering at a for like a Senate race,
Mhm.
or something, or say you live in a neighborhood and they want people to come to the neighborhood watch. Be involved in that, because whether we know it or not, and this is one thing that I often vehemently disagree with a lot of people of color. we often feel powerless, but it's like we actually have more power than we think. Because if
Yeah.
we didn't, Black Panther would have never made $1 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
See? So
We
we
can
have
show up for
power.
that.
We just have to learn how to use it and use it to our benefit. That's all we have to do.
All right. I like that. Trav, Diva?
That was actually my question. That was my first question because the rest of my questions are like personal questions.
Okay,
That's what we was doing. Shit.
Oh, we can do
Gotta
personal.
tell-
We can do sex questions. We can do all kinds of questions. I'm
Okay,
open.
okay.
Oh, we lost you.
Yeah, we lost your sound. It's okay though.
We lost your sound, Diva. She's just talking away too.
She's just running her
Yeah.
mouth. But it's okay.
Hey, well, I guess I'll go with my question then. Since we last talked, Leo, I've been through I've been through a health crisis, man. I've been through sepsis, bruh, where my organs were shutting down. They wanted to cut off both legs.
Oh
I've
my
been
gosh.
2 strokes last year, and I had COVID-19 this year. And I was in the hospital for 10 days, bruh. I survived all that. I was on a walker after the strokes and stuttering. I couldn't even talk right. I was like, and it was bad. And I finally came back, and I'm back now, and I'm doing a lot better. My labs are looking good. My numbers are looking good. My cholesterol's down. My A1C is 7.1. It ain't perfect, but it was 13 before. My blood pressure's down and everything like that. I just want to know, how does my health look going forward, because I'm trying to take care of myself?
Well, I'm going to ask you this because I'm going to ask you a question with a question.
Mm-hmm.
Have you or are you considering going plant-based? Because I'm seeing you have a plant-based diet.
Oh, you know what? I've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
And I have been thinking about that hard too. And that's a trip that you brought that up, because I've been looking at that and looking at kale and vegan and just plant-based everything.
Start juicing.
Yeah.
Especially as we're getting into the winter months.
Uh-huh.
You need to juice that way to come flying off. Even if you juice like twice a day, it'll come flying off.
And you know what? I started doing it once a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm also picking up around you for some reason. And maybe not working out, but I see like weightlifting for you because I literally see like weights.
Okay.
But it kind of reminds me of like, this is gonna sound so silly. It kind of reminds me of prison weights.
I can say that, bro.
Like back in the yard, you know, and you out there just
trying to be in the yard. And, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So yeah, get back into that. Change your diet a little bit, make it more green if you can.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been doing. I never ate asparagus and Brussels sprouts and all that stuff, spinach, none of that stuff. And guess what? I'm tearing them up now.
Yeah.
Zucchini.
And I know Thanksgiving is coming,
cauliflower. Yeah.
but I'm being told to lay down the bacon for like once Thanksgiving is done, put the bacon down for a little while.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. And you'll be just fine. And also too, one of the reasons why I'm actually seeing you go plant-based, believe it or not, is because the one thing I see an increase in your sex drive. Like a big increase in your libido.
Well, what about me? Should I go?
Well, to answer your question, you don't need to go completely plant-based, even though it actually would not be a bad idea for you. But what I'm picking up around you is fruits, pineapples, oranges, apples, grapes, things like that. That is what you need. And I kind of feel like for you, this may sound funny, but it's almost like you want to be sweet. If you get what I'm saying. You know, so I'm seeing you be sweet and just being like, I want to do that, and at the same time, flushing your system out. That's what I'm also picking up for you.
Okay.
And I'm also getting like cherries, and in terms of working out, walking, you're a walker. Walking gets you in shape like that.
It does.
It does.
So just
You ain't
walking, breathing, meditation is good for you because you live all the way up here sometimes.
I'm in there.
And you worry so much about your children. They're fine, honey. They good. And yes, you are a good mama. You're doing the best you can with what you know. And you're also breaking a lot of generational curses. And that's not
good.
Yeah.
But you're doing it. You're doing the work.
Yeah.
You've been watching enough of Young Piece of My Life to where you're like, okay, let me learn how to do this.
Yeah, she got that Black Partridge Family going on over there.
Mhm.
But that'd be my question. Where do you see me health wise? I had a health scare this year, but I'm working on it. Me and my girl got me on a lot of stuff.
Well, you're another one that I think you need to change your diet completely.
Mhm.
Excuse me, slowly.
Mhm.
Because when I'm picking up around you, honey, you stubborn. You don't like change. You are like, no, I want me some greens. I want me some cornbread. Like I'm seeing like country food, like deep down, like soul food.
Mhm.
So find a way to cook that kind of food, but in a healthier way, and
Okay.
you'll be fine. And for you, what I'm getting is too, you need to drink more water.
Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of water lately.
Yeah, you need to drink more water. That'll help you too, because I feel like for you, a lot of your weight, believe it or not, I pick up for you is two things. It's stress, and dare I say some family trauma that you hold on to. And you gotta, and I'm picking up two men around you in spirit. And for me,
I already know who one of them is.
Okay. And they feel big, like, or either they had a big personality or they were just big in stature. And they're just like, one of them's goofy, silly, doing this, like the bunny ears and stuff. And, and the other one is very quiet.
Your brother, bro.
Yeah, and very spiritual. It's interesting that I'm wearing this because one of them reminds me of a Muslim. They're just very, very Pan-African.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, yes, we are the cradle of civilization. That's what they talk. Okay. So these two men, I don't know how they passed. I'm not being shown that, but they're around you and they're literally pushing you to get healthy. And I feel like with them, I don't know if their passing affected you or how they passed, but you honestly need to let go of that guilt. Because that's what a lot of your weight comes from. You eat out of guilt. And dare I say sadness and a little bit of anger too. Yeah. Because underneath your happy exterior, there's I get a lot of rage. You can be very rageful. Yes. You don't show it very much, but you can be.
I can be. And hey, y'all, if y'all in the room, go ahead and throw some questions out for Leo. Leo's pretty good. Yeah. He's very good because he just channeled my brother, and that sounded exactly like my brother.
I wanted to ask a question.
I was like, when you said the bunny ears and acting silly, I remember us doing it at my kitchen table, bro.
Go ahead, Diva. What's your question?
I wanted to ask about my family right now. We're going through something, and I just want to know: are we gonna get over get over it? I don't want to.
You will, but I'm gonna ask you something. Does it involve money?
Somewhat.
Okay, because I'm picking up money, and I'm picking up how, how money can bring up a lot of stuff that has always been in the family, but it comes out more. And what I'm picking up is money and secrets. I pick up a lot of family secrets. And it's like this money issue on top of the family secret, because I literally hear people whispering, like, girl, did you know that? And yeah, did you know that? Exactly. Yeah, and girl, that's the baby sister's son. And did you, it's that kind of thing. It's very, and it's very, for me, it's not bad. It just feels heavy. It's
very dark. Heavy. And it's heavy for me to the point I feel it. Like I feel like physically, like I feel it. And it's gonna be Thanksgiving in a couple of days. And I want to have a good day,
I feel that you will have a good day. but I also pick up a day of remembrance too. That's the way it feels to me. Like a kind of somber. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a funeral, and you mourning, and you being like, we're gonna have a good day, but I also need to take the time to remember those that have come before me. And there's a reason we're going through what we're going through. And I do get that you will get past it. Give it until maybe the new year, and you'll see things get better. And for some reason, I'm being told to tell you this. Do you have Louisianian or Cajun roots? Not Cajun, Creole roots at all?
I'm from.
Wow.
Okay. Because I'm seeing like deep in the Delta. I have them too. Because you and I, we got that color child. We know how to put roots on folks. But anyway, so what I'm being shown is, and I don't know if this was a family tradition, but I'm being shown in spirit that when you do celebrate Thanksgiving this year, if you can, make the family that has passed on a plate. Because I literally see a plate of food. And just find an area and sit it. And just make it for them. And to be like, listen. Because I feel like you really, like lately, you've been thinking about your family, but not in the sense of I miss them, but more in the sense of I need a little bit of interference. I need you guys to come in and intercede and fix this because I don't know what to do here. And the reason why it feels so heavy for you is because often I feel like in your family, a lot of the emotion falls on you, the baggage. Does that make sense?
That's everything.
And that's why you feel like giving up sometimes. And I'm also going to say this. I don't know if you struggle with depression or if you have, but I'm picking up around you, hon. You're not going nowhere. Stop thinking that you're going to take yourself out. Because I'm seeing something like that. That you've been near that arena where you thought, I don't want to be here anymore. Okay? You got them babies. They love you to pieces. You look good. Your titties high now. You got nice titties.
Prop them things up.
Okay. You done bought the right bras. You know what to do. You got your lipstick together. Don't down yourself. But I think because of the family trauma you've gone through, and even the trauma you've been through on your own, it's just made you think, well, what am I here for? Because no matter what I do, I feel like something or someone is in my way. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. Like, it makes so much sense. Like, I'm just tired of stuff being heavy, You want an easy day sometimes, and it just like stuff feels so heavy because it's like I feel everything that everybody else is feeling.
You do, and that's because you don't know how to guard yourself. You don't know how to say no. Even with your children, because I'm picking up your kids big time. And I feel like one of them is just like, Mom.
Yeah.
The PS5 is out, right? And you're like, yeah. And then they're like, well, aren't I your favorite child?
I do that.
Are you like, no, what you think I made? I'm not made of money. Like, get a job. Then I'll get you one. So, but I feel like I want to say this is the youngest one. They just love you. They just are like, I want mommy to be happy. Because when you're not happy, they're not happy. And they just are like, I don't care what she does. Mommy's bomb. Mommy's awesome. Mommy may not always be the best cook. Mommy may not always get up on time. I know you can cook. But you know what I'm saying? They're not, what I get that your children, they don't judge you. They love you. And I feel like the one that's the eldest to me, they just push you to be the best. That's why they're always wanting things. And they are a little spoiled. But part of it also is they just want you to be the best because they see you go through it and they're like, well, I don't know what else to do. So I guess I'll ask for stuff. That'll get her out of her funk.
I want to ask one more thing. I know it seems like it's all about me, but
no, go ahead. You want to be on the show for a reason, child. So tonight we fixing Diva's life.
Every time I talk to you, I ask you the same question, and it's unfortunate. It seems like it's been about the same person.
Okay.
in regards to as it relates to marriage. Like, do you see it ever? Because I'm like, it's like it's not
Well,
gonna-
here's the thing. I won't say I don't see it because I won't say I don't see it because I do see marriage, but I see it like, I want to say this upcoming year going into the next. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like you both are ready to be with each other, but you're not ready to commit. Like, I kind of get with you, you love this person, but then at the same time, there's like a lot of vulnerability that you're like, I don't want to show them that yet. Like, even though they know you inside and out, you're like, that's too close. And then with them, they're like, okay, we can do this, but I want to get myself together financially because I'm picking up a lot to do with them and money, stability, home. That's a big thing for them.
Yes.
They're very old school. And what I get around you is that you want them in your life, but you're just emotionally kind of not afraid of them, but just a little gun shy because of what you've been through. That's all. So I would say I keep getting like the end of this year, the end of 2021 going into 2022. Mm-hmm.
and
Because you'll be ready. Right now, you
I'm
know you are.
trying to hold on. I'm trying to.
No, but you're not. And I shouldn't say you're not ready. But emotionally, you still have some healing to do. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
It's not that you don't love him because you love this man to pieces, and he loves you too. But you're just like, and I honestly get this man. He's either asked you or he's approached you about it, and you're like, to quote Josephine Baker, Lynn Whitfield, Josephine Baker story. When I'm ready, I said when I'm ready. And you're just not ready. And you're just not ready yet. And that makes sense though, because if you've gone through a lot of, and this is true with anyone, if you've gone through a lot of trauma, you automatically, and this is even true for me, you automatically are going to look at people with a side eye. Because I have to admit, when I first moved to Houston, everybody was so nice. And I wasn't used to that because I lived in St. Louis. I was used to, not that St. Louis was, the dirty, but it was just like people were very to themselves. People had their own thing. And I wasn't used to people being like, hey, sugar, how you doing? And I'm like, who, me? Oh, okay. I was used to being on guard all the time. So it takes you a minute to let your guard down. And that's what I'm getting around you. It's not that you don't love them. It's just more of your guard is up right now. And that's because you're working on you. And I really should say, you're working on healing, I feel, that either adolescent girl or that little girl who felt like she didn't matter. Because I get a feeling that you felt when you were younger that you were left behind a lot. So, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So you on the right track. You fine.
I had to ask. I wasn't gonna ask, but I had to.
No, I'm glad you did. No, and also the person that you speak of, they're good for you. They really do love you. I know you doubt it sometimes, but they do because they don't emote it the way you want them to. Their love language is so different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that that's their love language.
Mm-hmm.
Just learn to love it. And I feel like this person, they just love quality time. They just want you and your crazy self. So you good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Trav, what you got? I seen you raise your hand there, man.
No worries, man. I'm going through some family things too right now, and it hurts. It hurts bad. And I just want to know what you see upcoming of it. Because it's blood, I and I don't know what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I pick up number one that emotionally it really does tear at you. Because
Yeah.
you really are, even though you have a mouth and you're very explicit and very, to the point, you're a big teddy bear deep down. You really, family is everything for you.
Yes.
Either family of choice or family of birth. And what I get with this is that I feel it is so small. And it's just something that's gotten blown out of proportion. And it's kind of like in Diva's case. It's something that has unearthed a lot of trauma, a lot of secrecy.
Yes.
That you always knew, but it was like, now y'all bringing this up for real. This happened 20 years ago. Let it
Yeah.
go. And I get the number 25. Like, well, Pookie and him, I gave him $50, and it's like, really, y'all still mad about that? But to answer your question, I would say give us until maybe the spring for things to even out and for people to be less toxic and less childish. Because I feel like I hear a lot of bickering. I don't hear people that are actually wanting to resolve this.
Exactly.
I hear people wanting to be hurt because they're hurting, and they don't know how to say, I'm in pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I get. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And me myself, I'm a switch lanes a little bit.
Go ahead.
2020 was the year I was supposed to quit my job and do my thing, and then here comes COVID, and I lost a lot of my motivation. I started, I was on a good pace, and then it just started slowing down and tumbling. But
have you been depressed because of this?
A little, yeah,
okay.
A little.
Because that's what I was speaking of immediately, was depression.
And now I have an extended family here in Vegas who actually came from different parts of the country, and I'm really starting to feel on top of things now, because these folks are there and they're supporting, and I still got that thing in the back of my head, and I want to know what 2021 is going to bring me.
A lot of growth. But you got to let go of that. What am I trying to say? Saboteur energy. You're so waiting for the other shoe to drop. And that's because of not just what you've been through, but I think that's just what you've been taught. That's in your conditioning. But what I'm picking up around you is a lot of growth. And I'm gonna say this for both you and for Trav. You both need to write. Both of you. You need to write. You both need to write a book. Either y'all need to come together and write a book, collaborate and write a book, or something, because you guys are so alike that it's odd. You're so much alike.
Yeah.
And I get that if you were to sit down and tell each other your story, you would see so much of yourselves in each other. And I honestly get that men, in particular, like the youth, would really benefit from you two talking about your story and just telling them your truth and opening up about it. But y'all need to write or come up with a comedy sketch or something. Yeah, because you got it. But as for yourself, to answer your question, what I'm picking up around you is I get a great deal of growth, and I would say in the next 6 months. And I'm seeing everything from engineering, but audio engineer. Yeah. I'm seeing you behind a mixing board. And I'm also seeing, and I don't know if this is what you do or what you want to do, but I'm seeing musical production. I'm seeing you produce.
Okay.
All right. And you know who you remind me of, and this is going to sound so funny. You remind me of Jazzy Faye. You know who Jazzy Faye is?
Yeah, you do, bro.
You remind me of Jazzy Faye. And I see you just making beats and being like, oh, this is going to be a hit. And locally, you start really getting out there and networking. So I would say 2021 is going to be the start of you slowly dipping your toe into things you've always wanted to do. But you may start, I would say maybe mid 2021, going into like the end of it, going into the new year, you'll start to make connections.
Okay.
Funny thing, he used to ghostwrite for me when I was popular in the Bay Area and doing my thing and doing concerts and shows. Oh yeah. This brother was sitting down with me.
I see him literally around music. Like I feel like music is your thing. Like I feel like you love the entertainment.
It's great. He don't even know it, but bro, Vince. You
just had to throw my government name out there.
Come on, Vincent Herbert, Vincent D. Herbert.
Yeah. You were great though. You made me feel like a superstar, bro.
Wow.
Real talk.
That's a huge compliment.
Real talk.
Thank you.
And I'm also getting around you too, for some reason too. Do you play an instrument? Are you musically inclined yourself?
Me? No, I played the trombone and I was horrible at it in high school.
For some reason, and I might be wrong, but I get around you, and it may not be exactly this because I'll even tell people when I do readings, the imagery that I pick up in my head may not be exactly what it is. But for some reason, I see you doing, if you're not doing it yourself, I'm seeing you produce like a jazz album or something instrumental. Because I see that. I hear it actually.
Okay.
So you got some, and also I'm gonna say this, I'm being told to say this because though she doesn't know me very well, but I love her work, and I think she'd be an awesome guest for y'all. Her name is Natalie Love. She's a comedian.
Okay.
And she's based in Vegas, and she has a lot of skits on like TikTok and stuff and YouTube. She's hilariously funny, and someone just told me like recommend her as a guest. So
Natalie Love. Natalie Love.
Awesome.
Look her up. She's on Facebook.
Okay.
She's on Twitter and YouTube and stuff. She's fantastic.
Most definitely.
And she is to be so young. She has such an old soul, and she would fit right in with y'all. She would love y'all.
All right.
I have one final question, just real quick.
Sure.
I never went to a culinary school or nothing, but I'm chefing it up, bro. Real talk.
I've seen your work. I used to see it back in the day.
My dream is to have me a food truck or a restaurant. And my friend been talking to me about opening up a lounge where I do the cooking over there. So I don't know what's happening with that.
Well, what I actually pick up around you is you doing a catering business. I see you doing catering and doing quite well. And from you catering, because of what's going on with COVID, catering will be perfect for you.
Okay.
And what I get around you is you cater, and then from there you open your restaurant. And I'm also seeing you wanting to come up with your own spice blends, because I'm seeing that too, your own products. And barbecue sauces and all. You're a griller. I'm seeing you grill a lot. So, yeah. And I get like a lot of sauces. I get a lot of spices or spice blends, like spice rubs. And I'm also picking up like you having your own show, like a cooking show that you do on YouTube. Like, hey, it's me, it's Big Trav, I'm back again. And you're just being funny and you're being you. Yeah. You're showing folks how you can make, kind of like, okay, may she rest in peace, like Auntie Fee, but with a little bit more professionalism in there.
Oh yeah.
And you'll have like your I see your chef's coat. And I want to say it's either red. I want to say red because I see red around you. Red, I see the color white. And I also see you representing the Bay Area a lot, and you being like, hey Nation. Like I literally see you, I hear you saying this. And people are like, oh my God, I love him. And then before you know it, you just start growing. Yeah. So I would definitely say look into it. Start small. Yeah. Do it locally. Do it with friends, with family. Word of mouth is the best business in the world. Trust me.
Amen to that, bro.
All right.
And you're a great cook. You're a great cook. And let me also say this too. With you doing, because I'm also seeing you do plant-based things and you learning how to cook it and make it in your own way. So yeah, you'll be fine.
And speaking of plants, one of our audience members, Ebony, she's in Alabama.
I remember her. She's like a baker gardener extraordinaire.
Exactly. Yeah, she just she's starting this, and she's real good at it. She says, "Do you see a farm with her having a farm soon?"
Actually, I do.
Okay.
And I see her living. I don't want to call it the country, but it kind of reminds me of that. I definitely see a piece of land. I see a house. For me, it would be on the right-hand side. And then you got the garden and the greenhouse and stuff. Yeah. And I feel like that's where she belongs. She loves the earth and it loves her.
Yes, she do. Them big old sweet potatoes was big.
Yeah, and it helps her. It helps ground her. She's lost weight because of it. She's become a better mother. She's just in a better space. And I'm getting with her. I don't know if she wants to do this, but I'm also seeing her start her own business too. But like a business on the side where she'll be selling like homemade cupcakes and stuff. Because I'm seeing sweets and her making cookies and cupcakes and things like that.
Oh, her cookies is bomb. let me tell you, she sent me some cookies. Them
Okay.
cookies is bomb.
Yeah, because I literally see like a side business,
Mm-hmm.
and it just grows. And she's just like, okay, like she's not trying to get super rich, but she's like, you know what? I'd rather do this than have all this in my house.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just sell it.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Now, I want to ask you a little something because right now,
Go ahead.
COVID has made my relationship with my girl like strong. And I mean, like she, we push each other now.
Mhm.
And right now we are looking for a life partner, be it male or female, to help us grow.
I love that. Come on, polyamory.
Where do you see us at in 2021 together?
Well, and I know this may not, I don't know if you would actually do this, but I'm seeing another guy come in,
Mhm.
but I'm also seeing another woman.
Mhm.
So for me, it feels like it may be a quad kind of relationship
Okay.
where you and your girl, you live together, but then the guy friend and the girlfriend come over and y'all just, it works. It's actually really sweet.
Mhm.
And I don't know if the girl's gonna be a white woman or like a white Latina woman.
Mhm.
But I see a man with her, and I feel like they may be married too, and they're looking for partners. So, and I would say late spring into summer, May, June, somewhere in there, that you'll find these people, and it'll just fit.
Mhm.
You'll like it a lot, and I feel like they're gonna be very. What I like about them, I think, for y'all is they're very communicative, but they're also very sensual.
Yeah.
Because I feel like as you're getting older, you and your wife are becoming less sexual,
Mhm.
but more about what do you bring to the table. Like we understand, like we know we love sex, we get that, but what
Mhm.
else can you bring? You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Now before we let you go here, Angel couldn't be on, and we want to send out prayers to Angel. He's going through some stuff right now.
Oh, so sorry.
He couldn't be on this. He couldn't be on with us tonight. But we're
I'll come
praying
back.
we're praying for Angel. And 2021 overall, just what's your energy for 2021?
I get renewal, but I also get a sense of transition. It's kind of like, I guess the best way I would describe it, it's like the death of a loved one.
Mm-hmm.
Even though that loved one is gone,
Mm-hmm.
you're still grieving, and you
Yeah.
have to move on and adjust. And I feel like that's what the next year will be. It will be a year of adjustment for all of us, because it's a new way of life, it's a new way of living, it's a new way of being.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say to the new generation that's coming up, you're doing a fantastic job. I'm old. I'm old school. I'm from the 90s. Okay. I still want to wear cat suits. But but you're doing a fantastic job. And I think for those who are not on the right side, but I do who just have common sense. I mean, I applaud you. And like I said before, also too, I will come back because I would love to meet Angel. So I will come back.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll come back. We'll do it. But that's what I get. I get it's a transitional period. It's an adjustment.
Uh-huh.
You have to move forward, but it's just gonna be hard to do it 1st. But it will be done.
Right on. And I want to thank you for coming on, Leo.
Thank you for having me.
And just like in the past, we want to bring you back right before the end of the year, if you had the time for us.
Just hit me up. I'll definitely come back.
Just talk to some of our folks, because a lot of our folks are sort of taken back, but they're listening to you. And we got some folks who've heard you before on our show, and we have some folks who are new. They're a little shy,
Of course.
But we do thank you for coming on the show. And Diva, I see a lot of folks in here talk about they want this shirt. If y'all notice, these are our shirts tonight, y'all. We got our GFT Unfiltered shirts on.
Hit me up.
Even
hit
though
me
mine
up.
is backwards.
No, it's backwards on your screen. It comes out.
Yeah.
It comes out right.
You know what? Before we let Leo go right quick, my daughter, I've been talking to her, telling her you were coming and how excited I was. She wants to ask a question. So is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah. We got 3 minutes though. My producer is on me. Where's she? Come on.
Come on, just pop on there real quick.
Hello.
Ask your question.
I just wanted to know if like I have any like major events coming up, like anything big, like surprising.
Well, first of all, stop looking for other shoe to drop. Let me say that. Because you always prepare for battle, child. That's the first thing. But to answer your question, no. If anything, what I do pick up around you regarding changes is emotional changes, just changing the way you think, changing the way you feel. I feel like you're going to become more expressive. And I see your art. I don't know if you are an artist or if you're into dance or creative art. I'm seeing you becoming more like, I literally go see you going like, yes, I am the god. Yeah, that's what I see. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Oh man, and thank you, Leo, for coming on. We're gonna talk after we go off air here, because we got to say goodbye to the folks. Everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you, Leo, for coming on.
Thank you, Leo.
Diva, I don't know who did these shirts, but people were just talking about they want these shirts.
Okay.
Yeah, you better set up your Shopify. Shoot.
Yes, let your designer know, she might get some orders.
Leo, send me your address. I got.
Okay. I'll definitely get one. Thank you.
Yes, and everybody's saying thank you, Leo, and thanks, Leo. My
Thank
girl
you.
won a shirt. She says her size is extra large. She might take Angels, but but thanks a lot for coming on, Leo. Stay on the line with us. We go off air. Everyone, Leo Brown. I need a clap track here. Always a pleasure when you're here. And most definitely, folks, join us next week where we have some good talk for you. We always have something good for you. Hit us up on the Grown Folks Talking Unfiltered page and let us know if you got show ideas, things like that. Hit us up. Leo, if you got friends, send them our way.
I will.
We like listening to everybody's show. I mean, everybody's story, because like you said, we have to listen to everybody's story.
Amen to that.
Everybody has a story, even though they might not feel, heard.
Mm-hmm.
I made a post yesterday about, we see all these big voices out here, but it's always the little voices that truly make the difference.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So definitely we're going to have you on hopefully before the end of the year, man.
Okay.
And I know my producer's going to get on me, but before we go, where do you see our show going at next year, man? Where do you see our show?
I get television.
Oh.
Yeah, I get like a oh God, I don't want to say local, but it does remind me of that, like a local public access, but it grows. It becomes like an online show, and I get like people either calling in or like you're doing like now, or where you can Zoom with people like that. It's neat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for joining us for GFT Unfiltered. We are here every Tuesday at 7 Pacific. Shout out to people in Georgia, because Georgia, we had a lot of folks last week who were listening. Georgia, Louisiana, of course, our folks in Louisiana, and our folks in Vegas and the Valley in California. And we're talking about the Fresno Central Valley. So definitely, y'all, we love y'all. We will catch y'all next week. And until next time, good luck. Be kind to each other. Happy Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And don't eat too much, y'all. We'll catch you next week.
Happy
Good night, y'all.
Peace. Arrivederci.